Hi there. Welcome to Wellness in the Low Country. I'm Dr. Gupta, Hilton Head Concierge Physicians, and I'm the Medical Director for Fast Fit Body Sculpting. What we're going to do today is talk a little bit about trying to lose what most people say, lose weight, and what I will say is losing fat. So that's going to be our focus today. I hope that you'll be able to take a lot away from this. I think that you're going to like what we have to say. So let's start off initially with weight loss versus fat loss. Now the two kind of sound similar. Intuitively, it would seem that we're talking about the same thing, but I'll tell you this. The difference from the body's standpoint is very different. The body's approach to weight loss is very different than the body's approach to fat loss. So what's the difference? Let's talk about this. I would propose to you that losing weight is easy. Losing weight's a piece of cake, no pun intended. Losing weight, if you want to lose weight, simply starve yourself. You'll lose weight. Or dehydrate yourself. You'll lose weight. The problem with that is, one, it's not healthy. We know that. Two, I can starve myself for a day. I can starve myself for 2 days. But when I go back and eat again, I'm going to gain all that weight right back. Similarly, if I choose not to drink some water for a day, or maybe even 2 days, or I take a diuretic and I lose all that water, I'll lose some weight, absolutely. But as soon as I drink that water again, I'm going to put that weight right back on. Losing weight is easy. Keeping it off and doing it in a healthy manner, well, not quite so easy. Hence the dilemma that we have in our country right now with obesity, right? So weight loss versus fat loss. If losing weight is easy, then what about losing fat? Here's the difference. Losing fat. What's our body weight really made of? Stop and think about it. If we're doing it right, we're 50 to 60% water weight, okay? We have water, we have bones, we have muscle, and we have fat. We actually need some fat, okay? Our body weight is water, muscle, bone, fat. So if you want to lose weight, or we talk about losing weight, how much water would you like to lose? How much bone would you like to lose? How much muscle would you like to lose? When we say we want to lose weight, what we actually mean is we want to lose fat. And therein lies the dilemma, because the only way to lose fat is to burn it. You have to metabolize fat to get rid of it, okay? So, I don't want to lose bone, I don't want to lose muscle, I don't want to lose water, I want to lose fat. Yet the number one approach that we take to losing weight is, oh, I'm going to try this new diet, whatever the new trendy diet of the day is, right? If I want to lose fat, and the only way to lose fat is to burn it, what do I burn by going on a diet? Absolutely nothing. We don't burn anything by going on a diet. I can put less fat in, I can put less calories in by going on a diet, which is helpful, but I'm not burning anything. So if I'm not burning anything, I'm not losing fat. If I'm losing weight without losing fat, then where am I losing that weight from? Bone, muscle, water. When we go on calorie restricting crash diets, we typically lose muscle mass and water mass, which is the same as for a day or so starving myself or not drinking the water. It's just extended over a longer period of time. And therefore, when I go off that diet and start eating again, just like if I starve myself for a day and I gain the weight back when I eat, when I come off that diet and start eating normally again, guess what? I now will gain all that weight back. This is why people yo-yo on diets. We've all seen it, we've all been there. Nearly everybody at some point has tried some form of a diet, and perhaps they had some transient success, but then they gain the weight right back. This is why. You see, our body actually needs a certain number of calories every day just to function. Calories are a good thing, it helps our metabolism. It's where those calories come from that's very important. That's the difference of nutrition versus a diet. So my body needs a certain number of calories every day just to function properly. Now I can give the body more calories than what it needs. This puts me in an anabolic or build and store mode. This is what professional bodybuilders, professional athletes, people who are trying to really bulk up, they eat these big high calorie diets to bulk up. The rest of us on the face of this planet who aren't trying to bulk up, we go on a diet and we calorie restrict. Now that puts my body in catabolic or breaking down mode. When the body doesn't get the adequate nutrition that it needs from what I'm putting into my mouth, it goes to its most nutrition-rich source or nutrient-rich source to get those calories. And unfortunately, that's not fat. The body is very smart. We're engineered very well. The most nutrient-rich source is muscle. So when I go on a calorie restricting diet and my body doesn't get the nutrients it needs, it actually breaks down muscle mass to get those nutrients. And as muscle shrinks, fat expands. So here I am. This is my body weight. I go over here onto this diet, I calorie restrict, I lose muscle and I gain fat. But if I'm looking at body weight, muscle weighs more than fat. Muscle is more dense than fat. My bathroom scale says to me, good job, Dr. Gupta. You lost weight. But if my intention was to lose fat and not muscle, I just did the opposite. I lost muscle and I gained fat. Now that's not the worst of it. Here I am, I go on the diet, I lose some muscle, I gain some fat. At some point, it doesn't matter what that trendy diet of the day is, the keto, the South Beach, the paleo, cabbage soup, Atkins, you name it, at some point, you're gonna go off that diet. And when I do, I go back to eating normally. Now my body holds on to all those calories that I'm putting in and I gain the weight right back, except now I have more fat than what I originally started off with. And then we repeat that cycle again and again and again. This is why people yo-yo on diets. It's actually not your fault. It's how our body was designed to work. Our body actually needs calorie intake to improve our metabolism. That's how we can more effectively burn fat. So take dieting off the table. I've been in medicine since 1994 and I've never asked a single person to go on a diet because diets don't burn fat. Even if you did lose some weight on that diet, now we know it wasn't from the right source, but even if we did, let's just use 5 pounds as an example. 5 pounds isn't life-changing. 5 pounds of weight isn't really anything. The people who know you, love you, care about you probably aren't even going to notice. 5 pounds of muscle takes up about this much space. It's not that significant. It's certainly not life-changing. 5 pounds of fat, however, is a whole different ballgame. This is 5 pounds of fat. Now, I lose 5 pounds of weight, nobody notices. I lose 5 pounds of fat, well, everybody's gonna notice this. This not only changes how I look, it changes how I feel. It changes how my clothes fit, it changes how I move, it changes how my body works on the inside. Fat actually affects numerous systems in our body to include our hormones. So fat loss versus weight loss. We know now that dieting doesn't work, and now you know why. Well, if what I want to lose is fat, the only way to lose fat is to burn it. I have to metabolize that. So how do I burn fat? Good old-fashioned exercise, all right? Now, as a physician, I'm a huge proponent of exercise. I'm a huge proponent of staying active. So don't take this the wrong way. This is not your excuse to be able to not exercise. But let me tell you about the limitation of exercise when it comes to burning fat. Now, fat needs to be metabolized. It needs to be burned. That's how we get rid of it. Unfortunately, exercise doesn't just burn fat. Exercise actually burns calories. So if you get on a treadmill or exercise bike or elliptical or whatever form of exercise you're doing, at the end of that exercise, it tells you how many calories you burned. It doesn't tell you how much fat you burned. Calories come from a lot of different sources. To burn calories from fat, you actually have to get the body into fat burning mode. To get the body into fat burning mode, I have to exercise continuously, not steps by the end of the day. I have to exercise for 25 minutes continuously, keeping my heart rate in a certain target range throughout that entire time before I start burning the first calorie from fat at all. Now, the average person in our country who exercises on a regular basis does so for 30 minutes. So congratulations. If you did all those things right, you're gonna burn fat for 5 minutes out of that 30-minute workout. Now, nobody likes to work for 30 minutes and get paid for 5. Our bodies feel the same way. This is where technology comes in. By the way, that 5 minutes of fat burning, that's only if you're on an empty stomach. Because if I've eaten within 2 hours of exercise, now I'm going to burn calories from the digestive system. I'm not even going to get to the calories from stored fat. This is why people say, oh, I've been dieting, I've been exercising, I'm so frustrated, I can't seem to get that result. Well, now we know why. This is where technology comes in. Technology, we use it every day. We use our cell phones, we use our devices, we use our tablets. I love to fly, okay? If I climb on top of a building and jump off, I hit the ground, I can't fly. If I jump off that building 30 times, I'll hit the ground all 30 times, but I got on an airplane and now I can fly. Technology can help us burn fat, and that's one of the things that we do at Fast Fit Body Sculpting. We'll be right back after this and talk about that some more.